Right, so the wheels are just drying now. I'm going to have to paint the rims. These are all the parts required to do the suspension, which I'm doing here now. Quite complex, but should be alright. So we'll see how that goes. So I've done all the parts here for stage 2. And the suspension I finished as well. It's quite complex, but in the end you sort of figure it out with dry fitting. I recommend putting this bit on last, like these two parts together, putting it on last. It makes it a lot easier. And yeah, right, so the back of this tank has a lot of detail. I've basically done almost half of it. This is the exhaust pipe. It's made up of like that. There needs to be an 80-degree angle, the exhaust pipe, from the actual body, which as you can see here, that's the case. And then what it does is this pipe inserts into this hole here, and the actual body goes on these little clips here. And now I have to make this and put it on, and I have to add these little bottom details here. So now for the attaching the fenders on both sides, you're going to have to add these support clips here, which are easy to do. What I recommend though is, it says here B47, which is this clip here. I recommend you put it in last after the fender's attached, because then it makes the because then you can glue it in and it has time to move around, so you could just like tightly put it on here. It's like a little support. And I'm just going to put the second one on now. And then what we can do, I've put the back on here as well, as you can see. Here I think we start working on the interior pieces, and I'll see how it works, but I'm not too sure. Hey guys, they want you to build the engine and everything first, and then put the firewall on. But the firewall I'm going to put on first before I do anything, because I want to paint the inside first, and then that's when we'll start doing everything else. Right, so I've masked off all the outside parts, because I'm going to spray the inside here. It's sort of light beige. But what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to prime it and then give it a coat of spray paint, hairspray, and then I'm going to apply that paint, because I'm going to give it a nice little chipping effect all in here. So we'll see how that goes. As you can see, this part D58 on the main drive shaft component, you can make it a photo etch to make it a bit more detailed. So as you can see here, I've made it here. It's very fiddly, very small, as you can see. Uses loads of pieces, but it does look quite nice at the end, nice and detailed. And that goes in between here, as you can see there. And then after I've done that, I'm gonna prime the whole drive mechanism black, and then from there I'm gonna paint the inside. As you can see, it's primed black now. Yeah, so what I've done is, on top of the black, I've added a coat of like rust. And then after that's dried, we're going to spray it with spray paint, and sorry, not spray paint, hairspray, and then give it a coat to that colour that we want. I've only sprayed it around the edges where the chipping is going to be there. So I've painted the insides now. I've chipped the insides a bit as well now. It looks very nice in my opinion. Next I'm going to insert the drive, and then I'm going to start painting these chairs and inserting the details like all the side things here. And then that should be the interior done, I believe, because I'm not doing this back engine bit here at all, so we'll see how that looks. As you can tell, I've put no entire drive mechanism in now. What I've done here is for these storage boxes, the bit that you can't see, I've drilled a hole in the back because you're not going to be able to see the hole, and I've hand painted them red, and I've added a layer of hairspray to it, all by brush, and now I'm going to airbrush it, all of these here, all of them, and these chairs as well I'm going to have to do. So yeah, right, so as you can see, I've built the back area of the tank, which just goes on like that. This bit here, I need to put some bolts on it, which are these. They're tiny. Should be able to do it, but it will take quite a bit of effort. I think I'll stick this on first though, because it'll make it a bit easier. We'll see. I've added the little bolts on here. It's quite hard to do, but it's manageable. This bit here now is the inside panel that goes there. I've added the front parts on. I haven't added the clear periscopes yet, because what I'm going to do first is paint it the beige, and I'm not going to do any chipping on it because it won't be too visible. When you're at this stage, it says to start making the tools. I'm going to do that last though, because it says to start putting the tools on then. I want to paint the model first and then do the tools separately and then stick them on. So I got all the tools here, but the part that I am going to do is this. A little control box which goes into the tank. It's basically a little box and it's got like a photo etch build around it. I'm going to make that, and I need to finish building a machine gun, and then after I've done that, I'm going to put the body on. I'll show you guys first though what it looks like when it's done. Yeah, so all these like tool parts I'm ignoring for now. So this is the finished panel with the photo etch here. Came out quite nicely. I messed up this side a bit with the sticking out photo etch, but it's fine because it's not going to be visible. I'm not going to add any of these details in yet until I've painted it. So I'm going to start doing the top panels now. I've now put on the front panel. As you can see, the interior is done. I've painted the machine gun with the belt and everything. Just looking alright, I reckon. So that's the machine gun done. And yeah, now I'm just gonna, let me zoom out here, do the top here with the hatches. And then, I don't know what's next actually. I think we put on the back. We'll see. I've put the entire top on now. Just holding the exhaust here a bit because it came off, and just holding it back down to glue it. It's looking very nice. The top here is done now, ready to paint, but before I do, I'm gonna make the turret. It looks simple enough. Turrets, the turret's coming together nicely. Quite strange methods of construction, can be a bit confusing. So I don't recommend applying glue until you've figured it out, because it is a bit confusing, because the instructions aren't very good. There's some injection marks here, got rid of those. These ones up here are not going to be visible, so I left them as they are. Built the cannon here, the hatch and the top for it. I'm going to assemble all of this together, and then I'm going to paint it. I'm also going to have to put in some details, and I'm going to paint it just like the inside. So all of the turret parts, internal parts, I need to paint it off done now. I'm going to start off by priming everything black. Then I'm going to highlight the chipped areas with this paint right here. And I'm going to spray on the actual paint here. Actually, before I do that, before I spray on this paint, I need to layer with hairspray, and then put this on, and then do some chips, just like the inside here, because it turned out very nice. So, painted all turret pieces inside the front. The back part does not go on very well because, as you can see, I've made a little skim there. That's where, as you can see, these little skims there, that's when the side of these start skimming, so I have to sand them down so it fits. And apart from that, everything fits like a dream. Right, so everything's coming together nicely. There's this little strip I have to cover around here, and that means the turret's done. I do need to still put on these seats, but I'm going to do it after, because after I've done this, I'm going to start spraying the entire model. I'm going to do it black, and then I'm going to do like the rust around the sides, and then I'm going to show you guys what options I have paint wise. Right, so the model is on my windowsill, drying from the hairspray, because I've applied all the coats. And I think I'm going to try to do this paint scheme because it looks interesting. It's got a like a light blue colour, and it's got like slightly darker like royal blue, and then black dots. I do actually have royal blue somewhere here, if I can find it. There we go. No, that's not the one. Ultramarine blue, basically the same thing, because I can thin it down and lighten it up. It looks very nice in my opinion. I'll try that. I'll do the wheels in this colour as well. So I have to paint the wheels again because I've painted them grey. So yeah, stupid me. And I'll paint the wheels separately and everything, of course. Right, so this is the colour I'm going to use to match that. May look a bit bright, but it's pretty much the same. Yeah, let's do it. Right, so I finished painting the model. I've done the chipping on the whole thing. Same with the wheels. All of them are done. What I'm going to do now is paint the rims of the wheels. And yeah, I'm just going to do the wheels now. Ooh. And I need to do small wheels as well. And then I will just put them on and start doing the tracks tonight. The only thing I'm doing now is just forming them around. I'm actually gluing them on because I'm going to paint them. But I'll show you that. Right, so I painted the tracks now around the sprockets. The way I've done it is I first off painted the entire thing this rust red, and then let it dry, painted it black, and then I dry brushed it with grey paint. And after these are dried, I'll stick these on to there. Right, so I finished the trucks on this side. Just got this last part here to do, and starting to build the spare tracks which go onto the actual tank, and the toolings. I just need to paint the metal on to them, and we'll see how that goes. I'll finish the trucks off first, and I'll paint the spare ones, and I'll show you these with a photo etch on them. So the stowage on the side is actually the same colour as the hull, so I'm going to paint it light blue. I don't think I'm going to need to put any camo on it, but we'll see. But first I'm going to give it a coat of spray paint, hairspray, and let that dry, paint it blue, chip it, stick it on, and the tracks are almost finished painting now, and the tracks are all stuck on now, which is nice. So yeah, see, as you can see now, I've put all the tracks on with a photo etch, painted it, put all the tools on, start painting them back here, rust. All the tools are on now. I think it's ready for decals, weathering and everything. So that's what I'm going to do next. The decals, here's the page. Literally just the little cross, and that's it, I think. What's that there? That's just colour. Yeah, it's literally just the cross. Nice and simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start cleaning everything up, because I've got a lot of cleaning to do here, and stop putting everything away, and I'll move on to the decals and the weathering. So I'll be back as soon. Right, so next what I'm going to do is going gonna give the model a coat of wash. I'm gonna do just over a wash over the whole model. I'm not gonna do any extra weathering because I kind of want to keep it nice and clean because it does look very nice, to be honest. So I'm gonna do like pin washing and then like an overall wash, and after that's done, I'll show you guys what it looks like and I'll explain the next course of action. Right, so as you guys can see, the model is now complete. Very, very small model. It's been a pleasure to build. I'm definitely going to go for a dragon build again because everything came together perfectly. Only complaint I have about this model is the instructions are terrible, and tooling, everything's beautiful. This is my first kit where I've decided to use the hairspray chipping technique. I've gone a bit overboard on it, to be honest, but the camo I love a lot. That's why I decided to keep the weathering minimal. Just is a very nice paint scheme, to be honest. And the interior, everything looks very nice. Let's see some of the interior there. Beautiful, everything's come together perfectly. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this build, and I'll see you in the next one.